Hey there, YouTubers. It's Luis from On-Site Auto and Truck Repair in Middletown, New York. Typically, I'm doing videos on towing, which is a big part of our business. But today, we're going to do a little bit on a Jeep Wrangler that we've had here on in the shop. So, a little background info about the repair shop that we have here. We just moved in here in July, and it was formerly Orange County Jeep Works. And he ended up moving to Tennessee, moved his business to Tennessee. So, I've been getting a lot of his old customers, which are a lot of local customers here for Jeep stuff. And the Jeep that I have behind me is here for actual frame repairs. So we're going to cover in another video what the frame repairs entail, and you know, the cutting out the pieces and welding them. We're actually going to be using this part here, which is the rear trailing arm, which is manufactured by autorust.com. And that'll be in the next video. But this video is going to be doing part 2, what to look for when you're buying these Wranglers, because these Wranglers do suffer from frame issues, especially if you're buying them up here in the Northeast. So it's kind of just to give you tips on what to look for, where to look, and what kind of money you could expect to shell out for these types of repairs. So we're going to raise the Jeep up, and we'll get underneath it. Alright, YouTubers, so we've got the Jeep up in the air, and this is originally what the customer came in for. This is the passenger rear trailing arm that completely rotted away from the frame. This is due in part to Chrysler not putting a drain hole here, so what ends up happening is the dirt and debris just goes right down this hole, and it just sits there and it's got nowhere to go, and that's why this happens. So the customer thought that it was just this side that was the issue, but upon prior inspection, if you came around this side, somebody had done a repair here. They plated it on this side. What they failed to do was fix it there. The safety caps actually go around both sides of the frame rail. They just plated it on one side. So that plate on the outside is the only thing that's holding this together. So both rear trailing arms are going to have to be replaced with safety caps. As you can see here, they did the center frame rail that holds the skid plate with a safety cap. That there is actually a good repair. This, not so much. But anyways, so if you're looking to buy these vehicles, you need to look in the trouble areas, and it's usually the rear trailing arms and the center frame rails where the skid plates attach. So get under there and look, you know, and look for holes in the frame. You know, take a little pick hammer to it and hit it and see what kind of material you got there. And the same goes for the front. As you can see here on the front, you know, it's Swiss cheese up here. And that's going to lead to problems in the future. You know, it's still attached, but I would say probably after this winter, it would probably come apart like it did in the rear. But we're going to be fixing that while it's here. And the same thing on this side, as you can see there, I cleaned it up a little bit. This one's already developing a crack that's slowly starting to go up to the top of the frame rail. And you can see somebody here attempted to fix it, which was not a bad job. They should have just done both sides with a plate. They do make the safety caps for this vehicle for the front as well. Ideally, that's the way we would want to go, but we're trying to save this customer money, especially for this unexpected expense that he is going to incur with all this. You can see they added a plate there. Another thing you need to check with these vehicles too is that they tend to rot away here where the gearbox is, the steering gearbox. So you want to be able to hit that with a hammer and see what you can chip away at it. As you can see, she's not in horrible shape. You know, another thing we're going to have to address here is this front shock mount. They don't make these on the aftermarket, so we're going to have to fabricate something here or cut it off of a Jeep that we have in the yard. Overall, though, when you do come across these Jeeps that are rotted, you know, it's it's not the worst case in the world. You know, it's a good way to bargain on the price. All this is repairable, and when we're done with it, it's going to be just as good as it was when it came out of the factory. All right. So that's all I got for you. Once again, this is Luis from On-Site Auto and Truck Repair, Middletown, New York, and please subscribe.